Hey everybody, coming at you with the first movie review of 2026 on this, where I process, and I've actually tried to process this several times today. Hey, what do you think of this? I thought 2026, let's start fresh, let's do something kind of professional. I don't know, what do you think? The few of you that follow, do you like this? Do you hate it? I think it's fun to be in the movie poster, but if you hate it, I mean, this year I'm going for the goal of 200 followers. So who knows? It's kind of like Will Arnett's hand is going through my head, but into my brain, which kind of looks like the way I think about this movie. Is it really grabbed my brain? And I guess so. Will Arnett grabbing my brain and hanging out with Laura Dern over there. What do you think? Anything? Thoughts? Let me know. First thing people want to know, if you do want to know, assuming a lot, it's a lot of hubris, I guess. Should I go see this movie before I go into my thing? And maybe you scroll away, maybe hit me on 2 times speed, whatever. Yes, I would say go see this movie if you are a fan of movies that are kind of quirky, dramatic, fun, like Silver Linings Playbook. I would kind of put this in that vein, especially with Bradley Cooper directing, Bradley Cooper in it. It's got a lot of heart. It's got a lot of quirk of people trying to find, their next phase in life as we grow older. Finding themselves in where they've lost themselves, if that makes sense. Kind of, I guess I look at it as Gen X, The Big Chill, like that. Sorry, I had to sneeze, so I had to cut away. The Big Chill was like the baby boomers coming around and making sense of their lives, and this is kind of like that. So Gen X, who was taught to kind of keep it all inside, the world is, against us and stuff. So learning to suffer silently, and then this movie is all about what happens when suffering silently can no longer be sustainable, and people blame other people even though you never talked about it. And if you were just to talk about it, I guess it goes back to Mr. Rogers' quote that Sarah Silverman once hit me to that I forgot, which is one of my favorite quotes by Mr. Rogers and Sarah Silverman. If it's mentionable, it's manageable. And I think that's a lot of what this movie is. So it's got a lot of heart, a lot of quirk, a lot of fun, a lot of drama. Bradley Cooper, I am here for the Bradley Cooper turning into Mark Maron phase of his career. Bradley Cooper is so great in this film, just as kind of, if the film gets a little heavy, Bradley Cooper steps in. And his character is just so much fun and has so much heart and so much facial hair. You got to see it for the Bradley Cooper part. And as far as him directing, first I was like, geez, the Steadicam thing is really kind of driving me nuts, following like people down staircases and around corners. But then as you watch it, you start to really get it. It's going with kind of the chaos of the situation and the breakdown of what was once normal is not normal. And that's great. Bradley Cooper, well done, well done. Everybody in this movie, Will Arnett, great lead. Laura Dern, killing it, killing it, killing it. She is captivating in every scene she's in with every person and every dialogue she has. So effortless, and you're just drawn in. And it reminds me a lot of, we watched The Founder in Economics, the story of Ray Kroc and McDonald's, and her as Joan, the wife. Did I say Joan? Not Joan. Sorry. His wife, Helen. Helen? Oh, am I losing my mind? The scene where they sit at the dining room table and he asks for the divorce and she just wants the salt passed. You could see the heartbreak in her face. In this movie, there's so much emotion in everything. Joy, heartbreak. Laura Dern, top notch. Andra Day, I love. There is a surprise guest sequence in this between Laura Dern and this guest. Incredible on all. Everybody, just a really, really great job. Christine Ebersol. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go through the cast here on this. I love her, and I've met her as a person in places in New Jersey, and she's just the sweetest, kindest person, and so giving and so funny. And the few times I've met her, just great. Ciarán Hinds, I'm definitely here for whatever this is this season. When it looks like every trailer, he is in every movie, and he's such a grounding force of this movie. Unconditional love for his kids, for his wife, for his grandkids. I just want him to give me a hug as I watch this. Like, that hug looks like you could just get so much catharsis from his hug. At its heart, it's the story of comedy clubs as well, and seeing the Comedy Cellar after having lived in New York and New Jersey really took me back to being at the Comedy Cellar, and it's such a great. It feels like a Scorsese reference of kind of the Village in New York, and it's great. Following him in the comedy scene. Do you want to see a great movie that kind of would bookend this? Punchline, 1988, Tom Hanks, Sally Field, looking at kind of the sad clown mentality of comedians. And this is a lot of that too, but he doesn't kind of mask it. Marvelous Miss Maisel is threaded throughout this as well. The great thing about Punchline in 88 is you were seeing a lot of up-and-coming comics like Damon Wayans. In that you see some up-and-coming comics and some celebrated comics in this as well, as Will Arnett attempts to be the best worst comedian there is, right? So that's great. That kind of bookend. It feels a lot like the marriage story of Rob Reiner and This Is Us. And obviously, having lost Rob Reiner, this made me feel like a nice tribute to the kind of rom-coms drama of Rob Reiner. So could feel his presence in this with the story of Us. A lot of tie-ins to this, but just really, really good. The flaw that I would say, if I was to pick a flaw in this, I would say the kind of the adults going to Oyster Bay thing that kind of plays throughout this. If you're looking to cut something, I probably would have cut that. I think they just underused Sean Hayes and put him in that scene. There's probably a lot more of him. I think he got underused. I know his point and I see his point, but I think he got underused, and the Oyster Bay stuff just smacked too much. A Big Chill for me. Like, you could have stayed in the city. You could have stayed between their house and their kids. Their kids do a great job. The emotion of co-parenting in the modern age, and losing a long-term marriage, and how do you then lose that long-term friendship? And it's kind of a big thing too. And I understand this too as someone who was in a 20-year marriage and it ended, and I feel like I have a really great co-parenting partner in my ex-wife, and I see that in this movie as well too. And just that brought up a lot. So maybe too, it's a lot what you bring into this movie too, if you're of a certain age or you're in a certain Gen X age. But again, Bradley Cooper will bring you back. It's just that the mustache, the beard, it was so amazing. A very much Silver Linings Playbook stuff. It is character. Good job, everybody. So I would say go see it. The other comment I would make is movie etiquette. And I'm going to keep bringing this up in 2026. Oh my gosh. And I also tell my students this in class. It's not the teenagers. Like, people are always like, teenagers are so rowdy. It's adults my age on their phones, chatting out loud with one another like they're sitting on their couch. And oh my goodness, can we have a dramatic moment of a film that has silence? We don't have to fill the silence with our chatter. We don't have to fill being uncomfortable with talking to each other to take away that moment. At one point I smacked my seat and I went, for the love of God. It just chatter, 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 chatter. It's just, we're in a movie. Enjoy a movie. Stop getting out your phones. So anyway, movie etiquette. Those I got. So can't wait to see what else is on the slate for 2026. I saw some really good trailers for some upcoming stuff that I'll talk about when I see it. Looking forward to it. Go see Is This Thing On? Heartbreaking, funny, quirky. Love it. See ya.